American Revolutionary War kind of started by accident. By 1775, Boston was basically under military occupation as the British tried intimidating the Americans into obedience, and the main concern on both sides was guns. The British wanted to seize the Bostonians' guns to prevent any kind of uprising, and ironically, the Bostonians wanted to arm their militias to defend against the British aggression. But we are going through America's first 125 years and 125 days, and today is episode 1, 1775, the year the Revolutionary War started. So in April, British troops marched from Boston to Concord to seize colonial arms and ammunition, and Paul Revere, among others, warned of their arrival, and the local Massachusetts militia gathers to cut the British off at Lexington, and a bit of a skirmish happens with the Americans having to flee, so the British continue to march on to Concord. There, they're met by a better organized and better armed American militia where shots are fired and the war officially starts. And the Continental Congress meets in Philadelphia and decides to raise up a Continental Army led by none other than George Washington. Although it's important to note, they aren't fighting for independence at this point. They view this as a civil war to protect their rights against the British. So in June, the British respond by seizing Bunker Hill, and despite the victory, they suffered over 1,000 casualties, and it showed them that the American force was much more formidable than they thought. And with the British morale lower, the Continental Congress extends an olive branch to King George, literally the olive branch petition, saying they'll stand down if he respects the rights that they're afforded. And King George does not like his subjects making demands, and even though the petition included the Americans reaffirming their loyalty to King George, he sees this as another act of rebellion and officially declares the colonists traitors. So, by the end of 1775, both sides realize this is no longer a protest, no longer skirmishes, it's officially a war, and any hopes of reconciliation are quickly fading away. So, follow for episode 2, 1776, when America declares its independence.